two young men, teenagers, sped by on the right-hand side on a mini bike, either on the shoulder or on the sidewalk, actually both, and collided with the passenger side of that dump truck. As a result, a 13-year-old and a 14-year-old were transported by Jacksonville Fire Rescue Department to a local hospital. The 13-year-old driver has minor injuries, unfortunately. Shortly after arrival, the 14-year-old passed away and was pronounced deceased. This is the 168th traffic fatality in Duval County this year. And the 100 block of South Myrtle Street will remain closed probably for another hour while detectives continue their investigation. And I'll take any questions you may have. Go ahead.
I was just going to say, the driver stuck around?
Yes.
Like
Yes, the driver's here and cooperative, and there are no indicators of impairment, and that was just simply a tragic accident.
So did this dump truck, it seems like, did it hit both of the 13 and the 14-year-old, or just one of them? Or?
It's my understanding that both of them came off of the mini bike. It's an off-highway vehicle that shouldn't be on the roadway, and it transitioned from the sidewalk back over to the pavement. And both of them were thrown free of the mini bike, and that is all I know. The dump truck actually stopped on top of the bike, so they were not on the bike at the time, but the bike was underneath the dump truck.
And you might have just said it, but those mini bikes are illegal, right?
Yeah, this particular one did not have, it was not licensed to be on the roadway, and it requires signals, right and left turn signals, a headlight and a tail light, and it didn't have any of those features. Also, that requires to be tagged, and it did not.
Were they wearing helmets?
It's my understanding they were not wearing any safety equipment, no ma'am.
So they were both on the same bike. So which one was driving?
It's my understanding that the driver was a 13-year-old, and he is in stable condition with minor injuries. Not at this time. Ordinarily, charges in these kinds of scenarios wouldn't come for some time, not until a lengthy investigation has been completed, and we haven't finished the investigation at this time. We're not anticipating charges, but that could change. It just depends on the nature of the investigation as we move along through the process.
So both drivers did stop and give their statements?
Yes, so there were actually three witnesses. There's a car coming in the opposite direction, gave a similar statement, and the car behind, the minivan behind the dump truck, had was an eyewitness, saw a very good account of what happened, was able to give us, there were two occupants, were able to give us a good rendition of what took place, and the driver of the dump truck is here also.
Is it safe to say this is like an industrial area by chance?
I would say so, yes.
You guys get any video surveillance or anything of that, or?
Well, as we're looking through the area, unfortunately, there's not going to be much video surveillance for this particular area. It's a closed warehouse over here, and there's a church over here, but the church, the structure is way off the roadway, and then there's fields sparsely around the area. So there's not a whole lot of video surveillance in this particular spot.
Did the children live in this area, or do you know why they were over here?
I don't have that information in front of me, but I would expect if they're on an off-highway vehicle, a mini bike, that they probably live nearby. That would be safe to assume.
Advice for any other parents, kids with similar vehicles?
I'm sorry, I didn't hear.
Advice for any other similar
But yeah, if you're a young person and you're on a mini bike, you should be on private property. Yeah, it's not safe to operate in the roadway, and certainly not safe to operate on a sidewalk. They're required to be licensed, and that means a registration and a tag. And in order to do that, you have to have insurance and a helmet, and you have to be 16 years of age or older to operate it. So the young guys who want to ride them, that's fine. Just ride them in your yard or on private property where it's safe to do so, and there's no cross traffic. That's the dangers.
Are the teenagers related, or the 12-year-olds?
I don't have that information right now. I don't have that.
One final question I have
Sure.
for you. As far as these mini bikes, do you guys typically see them in this area per se, or is it kind of everywhere in Jacksonville where people ride them?
Yeah, they're sparse across Jacksonville. They're out there, and scooters as well, and there are statutes in place for all of those, and you just have to be safe. The biggest problem with it is the young people don't tend to follow the rules of traffic that older people do. So many times, as a regular driver is driving safely down the road, they will pop up from a direction you're not expecting them to, and they don't wait on the stop sign, and they'll just come off of the sidewalk into the roadway. That's very dangerous, and it's hard to anticipate as a driver. And there's no protection on a mini bike. You're really in trouble if you have a crash with a car. A car's 3,000 pounds or better, and the mini bike's nothing, and there's not any protection to afford.
One more question. Has the next of kin been identified and
I believe we're in the process of doing that. I know at least one parent has been notified. I believe both of them have, but I'm not 100% on that. Okay. Thank you. I appreciate your time.
Thank you.